There is Salvation Army assistance available all around the world. Although these programs vary from location to location, they generally fall into these categories: basic needs, housing, youth services, rehabilitation, disaster relief, and counseling.
I think we need to reach out to those that are less fortunate than us. Through the food bank, we can do that.
And I think it also impacts the whole community as well, because people know that we're here and people know that we're willing to help when they need it. So I think it gives a little bit of hope in this community.
Because a woman like me, like no opportunity right now, they really need it, and it's very helpful for us.
They've done a lot. They've done a lot for me and my kids. I am a single mom.
The need is so great that the Salvation Army has stepped up to it. It's fulfilling that need, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I'm here.
They help the community and they help the children out there that for families that have low income and can't afford to make it through the end of the month. So they come to the food banks to help them get through the month.
Salvation Army food banks are important because they really do change people's lives.
I don't know where we would be without food banks because they are needed. Many families need it.
This is the statistics for the 2014 Salvation Army. There are 7,546 centers of operation. In the last year, there were over 30 million people served. Some examples of this are basic social services, holiday assistance, and transportation. This past year, there were also over 3 million volunteers, plus the 57,273 organization members. There were over 58 million meals served in the past year. Also over 8 million welfare orders and cash grants. The number of clothes, furniture, and gifts given were over 20 million.
We were triaging people and splinting arms with rulers and duct tape. I looked up and I saw the Salvation Army. They were just there.
People just always know that the Army's going to be there. If there's a disaster of some kind, the Army's going to be there, and they're going to do whatever needs to be done to get you through that.
When I arrive on a disaster scene, the first thing you see is you see people just trying to find their way. Doesn't matter what the disaster is, whether it's a 9/11 or whether it's Hurricane Katrina or the floods in North Dakota. It's always the same. There's people trying to find their way to recover, and it's very difficult. And sometimes just being that shoulder, walking up to someone, being the shoulder to cry on, someone to talk to, and somebody to pray with them. That's oftentimes the most critical part to someone in their process of recovery.
My husband and I hold equal positions as the directors and core administrators here. Mm-hmm. Has a big effect on this East Side community here. We do a lot of services for the people that are here. Food shelf, we do food distributions, we serve a hot lunch meal 5 days a week. We have breakfast 1 day a week. We have an after-school program Monday through Thursday during the school year. We have a day camp that runs in the summertime. We have worship services here on Sunday for everyone, children and adults. We play a real key role in this East Side community. I believe so. It's an interesting position being a leader here. There's many hats to wear, a pastoral hat and a director and supervisor of staff and volunteers and just reaching out to the people that come through our building. It's a calling from God. He has called us to serve Him in this capacity. Right in this area, we do not provide very many services for homeless because we don't have a shelter. We do try to provide food for the people that are homeless. They can come and have a meal during the week. We wish we could provide housing for them, but we can't. They can come and be in our building as either a warming center or a cooling center in the summertime, but we don't have the capacity to serve homeless for sleeping arrangements.
We, just a typical family trying to make things work, and we got robbed at gunpoint.
Ended up losing my house and pretty much everything that I own.
I got that shut-off notice, and I didn't know what I was going to do. I was like, oh, Lord, what am I going to do?
I can't even feed my family or pay the rent because I lost my job. I have 2 kids, I have a wife, and I can't even give them $1.
The lowest point when I didn't know where I was going to take my kids. I thought, well, I'm going to end up having to get some cardboard boxes and cut it up, as long as I got our blankets with us, we could probably go, and sleep.
You know how a lot of people, they talk about things that they have, but it's a lot of people out here that don't have, and they're struggling.
You go to a shelter because you have nowhere to go.
Booth Manor Emergency Family Shelter, and what it is, 7 apartment units, and it is for families who are currently homeless or about to become homeless.
It's a place where we get to bring families who are going through some tough times, give them a little bit of stability, a little bit of security, roof over their head, maybe some food in their belly, give them a little bit of time to take a breath and put life back together.
The look of hope that comes across their eyes, that in itself is just off the charts for me. It's giving them that little glimmer of hope that everything's going to be okay.
While they're in the shelter, we provide everything for them, so they don't have to pay any utilities. They don't have to pay for any of the food. We'll provide that for them.
From sundry items to cleaning materials, they need nothing.
We will help their children by after-school programs. We will do tutoring. We have daycare for the children.
Everything is provided for them so they can, whatever kind of income they have, they can use towards moving on.
They don't just push you out in the street, let you stay for a little bit. They make sure you have somewhere to go.
We offer landlord lists, rental assistance. We offer utility assistance.
We at Booth are attempting to reach the whole family, mom, dad, and kids.
There's not very many programs out there to assist, a single father and kids.
We keep families together. We don't split them up.
They don't put you in like a shelter that you're with a whole bunch of people. You have like your own individual place, like it's their own apartment.
We have 7 units. We just increased that, but we have a waiting list of over 20 families every month.
I think in the world that we live in today, too many of our donors feel that their donations are just going into a black hole and they're not really making a difference. Are they really changing the world? And I would say you are changing the world.
We were just all really happy, because we all had a bed to sleep in, and we had blankets.
It saved my marriage and my family, to be honest with you. I have a smile today. I didn't have that smile 4 weeks ago, I'm telling you.
If you walk around the neighborhood today, we're starting to see some real changes, not only in individuals' lives, but in the shared hope that we have as a neighborhood.
There's still genuine good people in the world.
They accept everyone. They work with you. I just love it.
You're a blessing. You're a blessing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much, and please don't stop helping people.
Please don't stop.